Welcome back to Dano Does Things. My name is Dano and thank you so much for coming to hang out with me here today. This week I am very excited to be partnering with Elliot's Playground. They sell really beautiful felt plushies and ornaments on their Etsy as well as the patterns to make your own. They were kind enough to send me the pattern for this lovely Fairywren and I'm going to show you how to make it. This is from their Australiana collection and it is just so cute. If you would like to follow along, I will leave a link to the pattern in the description box below. First, I will show you all the embroidery stitches you will need to know to complete this and then we'll just get to assembly. So let's get crafting. The first stitch you'll need is a simple running stitch. Bring your needle up and then down, making a straight stitch. You can make these stitches as long or as short as you need. Next, you'll need to know how to do a stem stitch. Bring your needle up and then down. Before pulling your thread taut, come back up about halfway between the 2 points above the loop you just made. Your next stitch will be the same length as your first, and then again, before pulling taut, bring your needle about halfway back, which should be the end of the first stitch. Continue in that pattern. You'll need a few French knots as well. Bring your needle up at the point you want your knot. Wrap your thread around your needle a few times and hold tension on your thread. Bring your needle down just beside your thread and continue to hold tension while you pull through. We'll also need a few lazy daisy stitches. Bring your needle up where you want the pointy end of your stitch and go back down right beside it. Before pulling through, bring your needle up at the point where you want your rounded end and catch your loop with your needle. Gently pull through and bring your needle back down on the other side of the thread. Last, we will be doing some blanket stitches. They will be used to finish edges and to join two pieces together. Sandwich your knot between the two pieces you are joining. Bring your needle up at the top edge. Bring your needle down at a point diagonally to the right. Before you pull your stitch tight, bring your needle back up at the edge right above the last point. Catch the loop of thread and pull tight. Now that we know our stitches, let's go over supplies. You'll need Woolcraft felt in black, gray, royal blue, blue, and baby blue with corresponding embroidery thread plus some light lavender thread. You'll need embroidery needles. You will need your pattern pieces printed and cut out. You'll need scissors and one pipe cleaner in any color. And you'll need some kind of filling or stuffing. On to assembly. Start by cutting out all your pattern pieces in the corresponding colors of felt, making sure to cut 2 out of pieces A and J. First, we'll connect the royal blue chest to the body with a royal blue blanket stitch along the left edge. Then we'll use a running stitch to add the blue cap. This can be simple as it'll be covered later. Next, use a black blanket stitch to attach the front beak piece, going around the edges on the body, but keeping the beak free for now. Now use a blue blanket stitch to attach the cheek all the way around. For the eye, attach a larger dark blue circle with a royal blue blanket stitch, and then add the black pupil on top with a French knot and single stitch in the lavender thread. Now add the feather pattern on the body, making lazy daisies with French knots at the pointy ends in the lavender thread. Then we will start assembling the wing by adding the dark blue spot with a royal blue blanket stitch along the left side. Next, layer the blue part of the wing and connect it with a blue blanket stitch on the left. Now we'll add some flair to the wing with some running stitches, lazy daisies, and French knots in royal blue thread. Then attach the unadorned wing piece to the body with a few running stitches in a cross pattern. Now we'll finish the wing by layering the two pieces. Connect them with a blanket stitch in blue on the blue felt, and then use a blanket stitch in the gray thread for the rest. Before you entirely close the wing, lightly stuff it and then continue sealing with your blanket stitch. Next, the tail will be adorned with some half circles in stem stitches, French knots, and running stitches in the blue thread. Now we will close up the tail with a royal blue blanket stitch, adding in the pipe cleaner in the middle for stability and lightly stuffing it before closing it up. Then line up the back piece and the back beak piece. Use black thread to blanket stitch around the piece against the body, then line up the beaks and continue to blanket stitch the 2 layers of beak together. Now we will start closing the body using blanket stitches all the way around. Start first using blue thread around the top, royal blue thread along the chest, and then your light blue thread along the bottom. Stop when you get to this point. Now our final step is to insert the tail at least a centimeter into the body and to lightly stuff the body. Then we will finish the top edge with the same light blue blanket stitch, making sure to catch the tail in our stitches. And now your fairy wren is done. I hope you enjoyed crafting your fairy wren as much as I did, and thank you again to Elliot's Playground, and we'll see you next week. Okay, I'm done.